Hello and welcome to Logic with Aaliyah. Today we're going to talk about the order of operations when it comes to tables. Now when you're making a table and you're putting together a formula, there are different parts in that formula that are sometimes going to be separated by parentheses. And there is a specific order in which we have to do these different parts. You can either make a new column for every part, or you can write the pieces down below the part in the same column. So let's look at Q and R, then negative M. So what we want to do is set up our table. This time we have 3 different letters. What is 2 to the 3rd power? 8. So we're going to have 8 rows and 3 columns to start with. Our first column is going to be column Q. Our second column is going to be column R, and our third column is going to be column M. We're going to split column Q in half, with the first 4 being true and the second 4 being false. We're going to split R into fourths, with the first 2 being true, the second 2 being false, the next 2 being true, and the next 2 being false. And for our last column M, we're going to alternate between true and false all the way down. True, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. This is how we make a larger table when we have more letters than only 2. Now we're going to need additional columns to make our formula, or we can use the same column. I'm going to show you both ways so you can decide which one is easier for you. You want to do the negative letters first, and then the parentheses, and then the negative parentheses. So let's make a new column for negative M. Negative M is going to be the exact opposite of column M. False, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. Okay, now we're going to need a column for Q and R. Q and R is true only when Q and R are both true. False every other time. Now we're going to make a column for Q and R, then negative M. We're going to look at the columns negative M and Q and R. And the rule for conditional is when the antecedent is true, but the consequent is false, the conditional is false. Usually, the antecedent is the column that is before the consequent, but in this case, it's not. It's in a different order. Our antecedent is Q and R, not negative M. Negative M is our consequent. So we're going to look for when Q and R is true and negative M is false. Every other row is going to be true. So that's one way to make this table. Now let's try it with fewer columns and see if that's okay. So now we're back to our basic 3 columns, Q, R, and M. And we're going to add a 4th column, Q and R, then negative M. So we're going to, under the Q and R, look for when Q and R are both true. And we'll write a true in this column on the left side. And then we're going to look at M. And we're going to write the exact opposite of M under negative M on the right side. Now we don't have to worry about where the antecedent and consequent are in our columns because they're already set up in the right order. We're just going to look for whenever we see true, false in our last column, and down the center, we're going to write false there. Every other time, we're going to write true.